From Ecklund Motorsports here, showing you the 2013 XS platform TNT in the 800cc. Just want to highlight a few of the changes that they made this year. They finally figured out how to make a snow flap that doesn't get caught under the back end when you do go in reverse, which is awesome. It kind of pivots from here now and it goes further out. And of course you do have the new faster adjustment R-Motion skid that has more suspension travel. As well as now it looks like we get X-package seating on TNTs. You can see it's the more pyramidal style cushioning, and of course it's got the actual discrete storage underneath the cushion there. And then of course it's set up for Link as well, which is their new factory accessory setup. If you want to pan in the camera here, we've got a different angle on the gauges here, and also it's an engine heated compartment. They kind of give you what they used to charge for the little windshield tool bag is now actually ahead of the gauges in here, which is really slick. One of the things that a lot of guys are overlooking, I'm seeing the guys on Do Talk talking about it, but you can actually stock, it's about 45 minutes of labor, you can actually mount the bar here now. You can actually go here to, potentially evade the cost of a riser, and it is quite a bit taller, but also not too bad of a reach. It's only a couple inches further forward, which is nice. The panels are a little bit tighter. They did away with knee pads and the knee air deflectors because apparently you don't need them anymore with the way that they reshaped it. Your knees just aren't going to be rubbing anymore, and you don't need the knee air guides. Really cool thing. The belt holder is now in the clutch cover, which is a beautiful thing. And we asked them about these tools right away. We beat up our Bombardier reps and said, "Hey man, do those tools actually hang in there?" And they said absolutely. But so that's nice. You don't have to try to jam them back into that bag when you pull them out. But the clutch cover, it comes out just a little bit easier. It's pretty familiar. You got the pin, you got the hook, and just kind of, actually it wasn't put in there properly last time, but there's a hook now that goes under there to hook it in, so it's super easy to reinstall. And then of course the side panel comes off the same way. You just go up and down, and then it's out of the way. And a lot of guys just aren't seeing that the hood console actually with just a few bolts, I think it's 4 bolts, and that's it. And you got to unsnap the gauges, and the whole upper comes off. And a lot of people just aren't seeing this. I'm not seeing a video or anything like that online, so we're just going to we've already actually removed the 4 bolts that hold the hood on, and now all you got to do is pull forward. We've already disconnected the gauge for simplicity's sake, to just kind of show you guys how accessible the motor is. Not that you really need to do spark plugs on an Etec, but we disconnected the gauge plug here, and then also there was a little breather hose that I'm trying to find. There was a breather hose that was connected to it as well, which for some reason I'm just not seeing now, but it's fairly rudimentary. It's four screws, and then it just pops right off. This side of the machine looks incredibly familiar. I mean, you've got your oil reservoir, and the chain case is kind of the same deal. You'll just have to pry that open to drain it. Electric start, the removable resonator, and of course your coolant. You might have noticed really only if you see it in person, you'll notice that the A arms are revised. They've eliminated some hardware, and they've just changed things like the shock angles and the A arm size to in the never-ending quest of reducing ski lift, but the Pilot 5.7 ski with the stock 4-inch center carbide remains. The headlights, the bulbs are the same, but they're a little brighter just by virtue of how they've angled the mirrors on them and things. Well, the reflective surface, I should say, on them. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I mean, we just wanted to show you guys that's the 13 XS platform TNT from Skidoo. Again, John from Ecklund Motorsports Appleton. Be happy to help you out with any questions you might have. Just give us a call at 920-734-7134. Have a good evening.